Welcome to Think Piece number 10 from Benjamin Wall, an introduction to improving diversity and inclusion on the job. It will be shown that the tendency to discrimination in organizations is built into how they gain their competitive advantages, explaining the persistence of such discrimination. Thus, for D&I to be successful, it must raise organizational performance in order to be welcomed. Organizations pursuing D&I that perform better bring benefits for their stakeholders and for society. Four typical competitive advantages are considered here in terms of companies, which also apply to not-for-profit and state organizations. Beginning at the top, an advantage is functional excellence in products, like a Mercedes-Benz car, and in processes, like the supply chain at Walmart. Employees need to exercise and follow authority which defines and manages the excellent technologies. The tendency for discrimination is when authority is given to those enjoying status in society due to their education or work experience. The barriers in society which diverse people face in gaining such status are reproduced in the company. Challenges to organizational performance arise when the leaders striving for more authority come into conflict. The inclusion of diversity into the leaders raises effectiveness, because authority is most effective when recognized bottom-up for expertise and leadership qualities, rather than imposed top-down for status. Diverse authority is also more likely to balance goals. Employee personas chart out the ideal career paths with the associated skills at each stage, including the D&I skills, as the basis for developing and recruiting employees. Another advantage is standardization in products and processes, like a Toyota. Here, employees are responsible to interact with one another to ensure a smooth workflow in processes and teamwork. The standardization of this interaction creates the tendency that it reflects the norms of the privileged groups. Communication with diverse people can be reduced to stereotypes, expressed in microaggressions. Furthermore, the standardization can stifle creative innovation. The inclusion of diversity in the interaction raises skills in handling variations in behavior, thinking, and circumstances, thus improving resilience and creativity. The documentation, which defines the steps in the process flow, specifies the skills needed to handle the greater variability. Employees are developed and recruited for these skills. Another advantage is in the mastery of different daily activities, like a minivan or SUV with adjustable interior for the variety and transport of suburban families. Employees are expected to master their own activities, largely working autonomously and building their personal networks. Autonomous employees naturally network with and allocate the best assignments to colleagues with the same work styles, thereby reinforcing the privileged groups. Diverse people with different work styles are not actively discriminated against, rather simply avoided. The result can be a monoculture in the work as well as non-alignment in the company. The inclusion of diversity in employees leads to greater openness and flexibility in the work, and thus more agility and openness to working together. Employees can be systematically ranked for their level of performance on every major task in their job category. Employees are developed to the next highest skill level for each task, including D&I skills, via individual plans for training and assignments. The same skill sets are used for recruiting. The last advantage is to enhance the multiple aspects and emotions in lifestyles, like with a Mustang or convertible sports car. Such products are themselves multifaceted, synthesized by employees collaborating across functions. The employees resonate with one another to raise engagement and creativity. In this resonance, privileged people can ally based on similarities and regard diverse people as other, who then remain outsiders. The engagement in emotions can lead to faction building amongst employees with strong positive and negative emotions for each other. The inclusion of diverse people will open up allying to eliminate the destructiveness of negative-based factions. 360-degree feedback will inform all employees where they stand in resonating and positively allying in cross-functional collaboration. These skills are further developed and utilized for recruiting. Every company has two or more bases for competitive advantage, and thus a mixture of initiatives is often suitable. For more information about implementing D&I in organizations, see the first video listed. Other videos on this channel and also my website are of interest.